Hello and welcome to Amitie Ville episode 8, no, 9, it's episode 9 now, because, yeah, welcome to episode 9, and last episode I said I would do some stuff off camera, including mining, and I didn't get very far, and I thought I'd start recording because I found my first diamond. Yay. So there we go, I'm going to quickly mine this, and then I'll catch up with you once I've finished my mining trip. Right, I finished off my mining trip because, well, my pickaxe died, so I didn't actually get all that much, but I do have some iron and, of course, the 5 diamonds. We'll be putting those to good use, I'm sure. Mainly to get obsidian, because I want to get into the nether and get some other stuff from the nether first. But in the meantime, I'm going to smelt that, and I'm just going to pop everything else away in their respective chests. That's gravel. Gravel doesn't go in there. Let's just throw everything else in here then. I'm going to put the diamonds in this one though, because diamonds are important. So yeah. My pick died, but as you can see, I have planned out this area, and I'm going to quickly get rid of this dirt as I talk. Because I've planned out the outer ring, and what I'm going to do in a few moments is I'm going to plan out the smaller circles that are inside that hold the interesting bits. Which I'm not entirely sure what those will be yet. But I know that I think what I want to do is I want to have one of them be a mob farm. With like the spawner up in the sky and then it going down and like you can see the mobs drop in front of you. I think that'd be cool. Or I don't know. That's pretty much the only plan I've got. But we're going to put some cool stuff into the other ones. I might play with redstone a little and some other things, and we'll see what we can do, which will be fun. But for the time being, we haven't really done a lot yet. So I'm just going to plan out the rest of the little circles in a second, once I've cleared out this dirt, and possibly filled in the inside of the area, because it does overlap the flat bit in a few spots. But that's fine. I'm probably going to add like a staircase down on this side and try and change the swamp into a... Well, I'll place sand down naturally. But basically create a little beach down there, or something slightly more pleasant than a swamp. I don't know, I might build a second lower area and build some nice big swimming pool or something. I don't know. Yeah, my tools are all fairly close to dying, which doesn't bode particularly well for this. I do like the idea of just having a staircase coming out the middle of that section going down. Because as you can see, it is actually a fair height above the ground down here. And I'm probably going to have to take a few trees out around the edges as well, because they don't quite fit. There's a hole in the middle of that tree, because I chopped it down. I just fell through the leaves, basically. I probably shouldn't be standing on them, because they're going to decay and I'm probably going to fall again. But this does make it slightly easier to place the dirt. Yeah, I'm going to have problems with that continually. I can just tell already. So let's fill in this little corner, which should be slightly safer. And we'll do this bit over here too. I realise I'm probably going to end up changing the block, like changing the floor in here eventually, but while I'm building it I still want to be able to walk around without falling through the floor. Certainly while I'm sort of placing stuff and going, this is where I'll have this or whatever, or working that out in my head more like. So yeah, I'm just going to fill it all in for now, and then we can rip it up and replace it with whatever block we choose to use in the end. Which I haven't quite decided yet. Which is assuring, I'm sure. I think the outer rim is going to stay stone brick, and that works quite well, but I haven't quite decided on the inside whether to use just normal stone, or stone slabs, or andesite. Like, not polished, just normal andesite. Because I think that might work. And of course inside the little circles will be something completely different entirely. Which you'll have to wait and see for some of them. I have a feeling some of them might just be little flower beds or something. Where I can plant things, because then... Well, because, yeah. If I don't have any other ideas, then I can just make it look pretty. Because after all, this is what most of this is about, is making things look pretty. Not just... Actually, not just making functional and useful things. Although functional and useful stuff is cool too. But it's, it's a win-win if you can make something that's functional and useful and pretty. There we go, now that that's filled in, I'm going to go grab some stone bricks, and I'm going to mark out some of the other stuff in here. So what I want is a path going all... actually, yeah, no. Do I want to have a rim around the outside that marks a path? I think I do. Which I want to be 2 or 3 blocks on a corner from the edge. Like that. So there's always at least 3. I think that actually can go in... Can that go in there? That's... Yeah, that goes in like that, so I'll cut that block out in a second. When I make a new pick, because I should probably have done that by now. Which one did I smelt the iron in? That one. Make ourselves a new pickaxe again. I suppose I could have made a diamond one, but I think I'm going to save that until, I kind of need to. For when I want to get obsidian. So this is going to be a ring around the outside. This is actually going to be... Well, the middle bit's going to be slightly lowered down. Which I realise means more digging. But hey, that means more time lapses. Time lapses are cool, right? I'll see. Right, so that goes... Yeah, that's right. There we go. This just forms like a ring around the outside. But it helps if you build it right. So that forms the sort of outer ring, as it were. And we're going to have... Well, that's not really the outer ring. Well, it is. But the outer ring that's raised up, and then I need to find the middle, and I made this an even number, I think. So it should be these 2 blocks are the center. And this side should also... It's 5 in. It's 5 in. Okay, so center's in line with that. So now we come along here, and that is the very center. Because we're going to have one big circle towards the middle, which is going to be for the mob spawner. which is going to be up in the sky and casting a pretty big shadow, unfortunately. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, yeah, 4. No, that's too small. You see, I'm doing it wrong. Knew this would happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's the central ring for the mob spawner, which is pretty substantial. I know that may not end up being. Actually, I'm tempted to actually make something else of that big one, because the mob spawner doesn't really need that big a one. And I'm gonna have like little bubbly things out here, like well, this basically, which I've kind of built too close there, and I'm gonna move it there. Like, I'm placing stuff wrong all over the place. It's there we go. So we have that one there, and then we get a nice little diddy one, which goes something like that. So I might put the mob spawner in one of the small ones like this. So you'll see the mobs drop still, but they'll drop into a small area, because that's all it really needs. And then we might actually build the mob spawner above the big circle, and then it can just drop the stuff down to one side, or two sides. We could split it. I think that might be cool. But we'll get to that, because I've also started starving, which is not a good sign. Do I have more wheat? I do. I can make one bread. It's enough to stop me taking damage. Are there any eggs? No, there's no eggs. It's annoying. I was hoping I might be able to make a pumpkin pie. It's a shame. So let's grab some of this as well, and we'll just put some into smelt. Oh, I've got a nice load of coal in there. So I need 8 for each stack of cobblestone. So now we've got this little sort of small circle here, and I kind of feel like I want one in here too, or maybe slightly, maybe one block along, kind of there. There we go. I don't know, no, I don't like that. I've decided I don't like it. So what I'm going to do on the other side is I'm going to build a slightly bigger one, sort of here, which has kind of gone wrong already. I think this is the biggest I'm going to be able to fit in the gap I have left. Yeah. And we're going to get the smaller one here, which is touching the edge, but we'll just have to deal with that. I might actually put one like that there, and I am slightly too short to finish that. I don't know how that's going to look, but it will do. It's like one step in between those. So that's the basic plan of like the layout. Obviously these bits here are going to stay the same height. This is all going to be lowered down a few blocks, but not far enough. Like, I still want to have stairs down here, so it's still going to be above the level down there, if you get what I mean. But anyway, I'm going to actually leave this episode here. It's been a bit of a shorter one compared to normal, but unfortunately I need to stop, basically. But thank you for watching, and don't forget to tune in next Wednesday for the next episode.